we would find numerous teachings on the same theme. A collection of true words has been compiled for the benefit of practitioners. Why? Those who achieve rebirth earlier will hopefully guide those who come later, who seek guidance from the former. This cycle should continue indefinitely, never ceasing until the boundless ocean of samsara has dried up. Methods and principles of teaching and hearing, too. According to the Mahayana text, this section presents the methods and principles of teaching and hearing, consisting of 6 subsections. The Great Assembly Sutra states, the Dharma teacher should be considered a healing king, a remover of sufferings. The teachings expounded should be viewed as nectar and the finest cream. Listeners should be considered as enhancing their supreme understanding and curing their maladies. If this perspective is embraced, both the teacher and the listeners are equipped to perpetuate and enrich the Dharma. They will constantly be reborn in the presence of Buddhas. The Treatise on the Perfection of Wisdom states, listeners gaze intently as if quenching their thirst, immersing themselves wholeheartedly in the meaning of the words, hearing the Dharma, hearts cheering yet grieving. People such as these are worthy of the teaching. The treatise also asserts, 2 kinds of people receive boundless and infinite blessings. Who are these 2? The first are those who take joy in teaching the Dharma, and the second are those who delight in hearing it. Consequently, Ananda asked the Buddha, why do Sariputra and Moggallana possess the most exceptional wisdom and supernatural powers among the sacred disciples? The Buddha replied, in their time of causal cultivation for the cause of the Dharma, traveling thousands of miles was painless for them. Therefore, today they stand as the most exceptional. 4. The Longer Infinite Life Sutra says, a person without the root of goodness has no chance of hearing this sutra. Those who are pure and uphold the precepts can hear this teaching of correct Dharma. 5. The Longer Sutra also declares, those who have repeatedly seen the world-honored ones can believe in this teaching. Those who have served billions of Tathagatas take pleasure in hearing it. 6. The Sutra of Infinite Pure Enlightenment states, if good men and women, upon hearing the teachings of the Pure Land, experience a mix of sorrow and joy in their hearts, and their body hair stands on end as though being plucked, you should know that these persons have cultivated the Buddha path in their past lives. If anyone, upon hearing the teachings of the Pure Land, does not develop faith, you should know that the person has recently emerged from the 3 wretched realms, with negative karmic retributions not yet fully exhausted, resulting in the lack of faith and devotion. I declare that such a person is not yet ready for liberation. Therefore, the Longer Sutra on the Infinite Life affirms, those who are arrogant, misguided, or indolent can hardly have faith in this teaching. 3. The various lengths of time since sentient beings first awakened the Bodhi mind. Based on the sacred Mahayana teachings, this section explains the varied lengths of time since sentient beings first awakened the Bodhi mind, as well as the different numbers of Buddhas to whom they have made offerings. The Nirvana Sutra states, the Buddha told Bodhisattva Kasyapa, sentient beings who have awakened the Bodhi mind in the presence of as many Buddhas as the grains of sand in the Nairanjanadi river, half the size of the Ganges River, may hear this Mahayana Sutra in an unwholesome world without giving rise to slander. Those who have awakened the Bodhi mind in the presence of as many Buddhas as the grains of sand in the entire Ganges can listen to this sutra in an unwholesome world without engendering slander, instead fostering deep appreciation and delight. Those who have awakened the Bodhi mind before as many Buddhas as twice the grains of sand in the Ganges are able to refrain from slandering this teaching in an unwholesome world, correctly understand and joyfully embrace it in faith, and engage in accepting, upholding, reading, and chanting it. Those who have awakened the Bodhi mind in the presence of as many Buddhas as 3 times the grains of sand in the Ganges have the capacity to avoid slandering this teaching in an unwholesome world. Although they copy it by hand and explain it to others, they may not yet grasp its profound significance. Why is this comparison necessary? It highlights the fact that today's listeners have already awakened the Bodhi mind and made offerings to numerous Buddhas. Moreover, to demonstrate the unfathomable power of Mahayana Sutras, it is stated in that sutra, sentient beings who hear this sutra will not fall into the wretched realms for billions and thousands of kalpas. Why is this? In areas where this wondrous sutra is spread, you should know that such places are as indestructible as Vajra, and the people similarly resemble Vajra. We should thus understand that those who hear the sutra and awaken faith all attain unfathomable benefits. 4. Different core essences. This section differentiates the core essences of various sutras. For example, the Nirvana Sutra has Buddha nature as its essence. In the Vimalakirti Sutra, it is inconceivable liberation. The Prajna Sutra centers on emptiness wisdom, and the Great Assembly Sutra, Dharanis. The core essence of the Contemplation Sutra is Buddha Contemplation Samadhi. The objects of contemplation are no more than the two kinds of rewards, direct, the beings, and circumstantial, the environment. These will be further delineated below in connection with each type of contemplation. For example, in the Sutra on Buddha Contemplation Samadhi, it is stated, the Buddha told his father, the king, when Buddhas appear in the world, they bring three kinds of benefits. First, by verbally expounding the 12 canonical divisions of the Tripitaka, they give Dharma teachings to benefit beings, removing the darkness and obscurities of their ignorance, opening their eyes of wisdom, and allowing them to be reborn in the presence of Buddhas and swiftly attain supreme Bodhi. Second, Tathagatas have bodies of radiant brightness and infinite splendor. Sentient beings who recite or contemplate the features of a Buddha, whether general or specific, and whether of the present or the past, will eradicate the 4 major offenses and the 5 gravest transgressions. This leads to permanent liberation from the 3 wretched realms and allows them to be constantly reborn in pure lands, at will, ultimately achieving Buddhahood. Third, I would advise the king, my father, to practice Buddha invocation samadhi. The king addressed the Buddha, why do you not allow me, your disciple, to cultivate the fruition virtues in the Buddha ground, such as true suchness, ultimate reality, and first principle emptiness? The Buddha replied to the king, the fruition virtues of Buddhas encompass infinite, profound, and wondrous realms, along with supernatural powers and ultimate liberation. These are not realms accessible to ordinary beings in their practice. Therefore, I advise you, Father, to practice Buddha invocation samadhi. The king asked the Buddha, what are the characteristics of the merits gained from Buddha invocation? The Buddha responded, picture a forest of aranda trees, spanning 40 yojanas in size. In it, there is a Gasir Saka Kandana tree, whose roots and buds have yet to emerge from the ground. The aranda forest emits only a foul odor, without any fragrance. Beings who consume its flowers or fruits will become delirious and die. Later, as the roots and buds of the Kandana gradually grow and the tree begins to mature, its rich fragrance transforms the entire forest, filling it with an all-pervasive, beautiful aroma. Everyone who sees this develops a sense of wonder. The Buddha told the king, it is the same with the mind of Buddha invocation and sentient beings, who are ensnared in the cycle of birth and death. Those who maintain a continual focus on invocation are guaranteed rebirth in front of the Buddha. Upon such rebirth, they have the capacity to transform all negative karma into great compassion, the way the Kandana tree transforms the Aranda forest. In this context, the Aranda forest symbolizes the 3 poisons, 3 obstacles, and the myriad grave offenses inherent in sentient beings. The Kandana represents the minds of sentient beings in Buddha invocation. The phrase, the tree begins to mature, signifies that should sentient beings consistently accumulate invocations without interruption, their karmic path towards Bodhi is accomplished. Question. By measuring the collective merit of all sentient beings practicing Buddha invocation, it is possible to know its entirety. But how can a single invocation have the power to eradicate all obstacles, the way a single Kandana tree transforms a 40 yojana wide Aranda forest into a realm of beautiful fragrance? Answer. According to various Mahayana sutras, Buddha invocation samadhi exhibits unfathomable functions. What are these? As stated in the Avatamsaka Sutra, consider a lute strung with the sinews of a lion. When the sound is played, all other strings shatter. Those who practice Buddha invocation samadhi with Bodhi mind can completely dispel all afflictions and barriers. Similarly, imagine a person collecting milk from various animals, such as cows, sheep, donkeys, and horses, and placing it in a single container. If a drop of lion's milk is added, it directly permeates throughout without difficulty, causing all the other milk to spoil and turn into clear water. Those who practice Buddha invocation samadhi with Bodhi mind overcome all demons, maras, and obstacles without difficulty. This sutra also states, think of a person who moves about, hidden, with a potion of invisibility, rendering him unseen by others. Those who practice Buddha invocation samadhi with Bodhi mind become invisible to all evil spirits and hindrances. They can travel anywhere without obstruction. Why is this so? Because Buddha invocation samadhi is the king of all samadhis. 5. Diverse naming conventions of sutras. 6. Various speakers of sutras. 7. 3 bodies and 3 lands. The 7th great teaching briefly clarifies the meaning of the 3 bodies and the 3 lands. Question: what kind of body is the current Amitabha Buddha? What kind of realm is the land of bliss? Answer: the current Amitabha is a reward body Buddha. His treasured, magnificent land of bliss is a realm of rewards. However, traditional accounts have long asserted that Amitabha Buddha is a transformation body and his land a transformation land. Those are significant misconceptions. Should this be the case, then both defiled and pure realms would be inhabited by transformation bodies. Hence the question, in which realm will the reward bodies of Tathagatas reside? According to Mahayana Same Nature Sutra, a clear distinction exists between reward and transformation bodies and between pure and defiled realms. The scripture says, those who attain Buddhahood in pure realms are all reward bodies. Those who attain Buddhahood in defiled realms are invariably transformation bodies. The sutra further declares, Tathagatas such as Amitabha, kingly star of blooming lotuses, king of dragon lords, and treasured virtue, along with those who have attained and will attain enlightenment in pure Buddha realms, are all reward body Buddhas. What are the transformation bodies of Tathagatas? These include figures like today's Tathagata, robust leaper, Tathagata, Mara, terrifier, and all similar Tathagatas, as well as those who have achieved and will achieve Buddhahood in defiled, turbid worlds, beginning with descent from Tushita heaven to earth and continuing through the sustenance of all the ages of correct Dharma, semblance Dharma, and Dharma decline. They undertake various transformation actions. All these are transformation body Buddhas. What is the Dharma body of Tathagatas? The true Dharma body of Tathagatas is devoid of form, shape, manifestation, and attachment. It cannot be seen or spoken of, nor does it abide anywhere. It is beyond arising and perishing. This is the meaning of the true Dharma body. Question: reward bodies of Tathagatas are eternal. But why does the Avalokiteshvara Prediction Sutra state that after Amitabha Buddha enters Parinirvana, Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara will be next in line to assume the role of Buddha? Answer: this pertains to the reward body of Amitabha manifesting the aspect of becoming invisible, rather than undergoing true extinction. The sutra itself states, after Amitabha Buddha enters Parinirvana, sentient beings with profound and solid virtuous roots will still be able to see him as they did before. This statement serves as evidence. The treatise on the precious nature states, the reward body possesses 5 characteristics. 1. Imparting Dharma teachings. 2. Being invisible. 3. Ceaselessly engaging in all Buddha's deeds. 4. Ceasing and becoming invisible. 5. Manifesting in substantial entities. This constitutes further evidence. Question: where are Tathagata Shakyamuni's reward body and his realm of rewards located? Answer: as stated in the Nirvana Sutra, west of this realm, beyond as many